Look. I represent the game in a way that can't be challenged, and delegate the comments of hate that can't be managed. I was told once, roll my shoulder like blunts and don't get touched, but my skin tough and thicker than Miss Biz butt. So guess what? I'ma talk my shit and just win once. Throw uppercuts and bone breakers, a needle and haystack with hate makers. I throw mines, don't hide behind my straight right. I show mine and show no the blow by the blow, bro. I blow mines.
You out so cool.
I know we got 2 fights lined up, but
Hide your kids, hide your wife. Holy shit!
Mercy. No mercy. Wait, I ain't supposed to be here raining on the top. Why? Cause I be in the hood like an engine block. Dude, that rhetoric you spit, I ain't hearing it. You got that epidural style, I ain't feeling it. Chicago is the city, I've heard others rep it before, but put it on the map, not really. I guess I'm feeling obligated to be the king of the shot. So sorry to all you dudes who gotta tolerate it. Mama, I finally made it. Papa, I'm finally faded. Scum, reverse of the bump, happy related. I'd rather set presidents to be inaugurated. You rather grip these balls to be incarcerated. Fine, I think what you seeking is weak without the weekend. Fur on the coat, oh, no Puerto Rican. Look, black beards being here is so mandatory. You about to witness the shit. End of the story.
Hide your kids, hide your wife.
Up off, man. Yeah. Yes. Up off. But hey. Hey, y'all know what day it is. Y'all know what day it is, huh? Yeah. It's Fact Friday, baby. What's up, my people? This is ShowBizz, don't. All right, man. Look at who we have here. Let me see who we have up in here. Divine F. Wow, with you. Chick. What's going on with you? Whoops. All right, man. Lord, first I want to say this. Everybody, welcome to the Facts Friday. If you haven't done it, please close out the chat, hit the like, and give it up for Bonnie Hill.
Bring on lips with a laugh and do the cabbage patch. Kiss a pretty lady and then sign some autographs to burn your man shaboing boing.
Dude, I thought bro froze. Hey, hold on. We ain't gonna do a damn thing or halfway get started without giving up to the lady.
You should let me in. You deserve. No, you deserve baby.
Oh, hit the Tyson bell. Hey, wait a minute. Hold on, fellas. You know what's up, bro.
Yeah, put it simply in here. I like surprises. I came here for prizes. Big booty and thighs is promising my guys is how I could get inside this. Stupid, I realize this, but there's so much I wanna know about you, but I don't really wanna know. That's what they say. You make it too hard for a nigga. I got you, but I got the time. Let's make it work.
Hit the Tyson bell. Hey, wait a minute. Yeah, hey, Herschel Onk done got involved. Onk said, we outside.
What do you think can happen when you're outside? You can lose a fight, see a chick, have a con with that vibe. You can ride a bike, see a nigga, and ask him if he's alright.
He's all right. Hit the Tyson bell. Yeah, it's the Facts Friday, right? Hang all the mistletoe. I'm going to get to know you better. Doom, 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 doom. This Christmas, and as we trim the tree, how much fun it's gonna be together. Come on, y'all. This Christmas, the fireside is blazing bright. Hey, hit the bell. I'm telling you, every Christmas, you got to get your shit off. Let me see. Just imagine Wilder catches Usyk with the right and flattens him. Everybody's jumping in the air, screaming bomb squad. Let me say, I legitimately pass out. Yep, could happen, but don't see it. I would be like Devin Haney's mama. I would be like Devin Haney's biological. I'll be, hey, oh, hold on, everybody. Wait a minute. We got to give love, get our inspirational talk. Squad up. Let's go. We got to squad up. Let me see. Yeah, Chick said, this Christmas, the fireside. And let me tell you something, Chick. I see the soul in you. You see how he's rocking that hat right there? You see the tilt on that hat? That brother, the tilt on his hat. Let me tell you where his soul at. The battery running out my phone. That's okay. I got enough juice to tell you the tipping point. Let me see. The tipping point roots cover. Yes, Lord. The tilt on your hat. See, that's a soul hat. Right? That's Malcolm X. Hit the title. I am Malcolm X. Hit the Tyson bell. Okay, everybody. All right. All right, let's get to talking. I miss you guys. And it's so funny because I've gotten attacked since I was gone by those who thought I was somehow bailing on the War Room by not going live on Tuesday and Wednesday. It was annoying. Hit the Tyson bell. I show that I'm at the press conference. I put out a clip of Punch Drunk. Shout out to Punch and all that stuff. I talk a little stuff on X or whatever. And there are people saying, oh, so you're just not going to go live? How am I going to go live? On a plane? How am I going to go live? While I'm working with the DAZN, just go live and do what? Do people think? You had people yesterday saying, so there's no Facts Friday? Brother, it's Thursday. Yeah, but. All right, but everybody, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here. We have a few things to talk about today. We're going to talk about Teoimo challenging if Terrence Bud Crawford is really undisputed. Technically, he didn't pay the sanctioning fee. So is he undisputed? Can he claim undisputed? Neofimo Lopez is the right person to criticize that, right? So we'll talk about that. Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder, Del Boy, hit the Tyson bell. Facing off. They're talking about fighting in February. Deontay Wilder want to fight Del Boy before Usyk said, listen, let me get my shit off a little bit. Let me get my shit off a little bit. Chisora's around the same height as Usyk. Let me just do a bomb squad real quick just to get my right prepared and my timing right to knock Usyk ass out. That's how Wilder feels. Wilder said he ain't back. He said that he got the new frame of whatever he said. I forgot what he said. But we'll talk about that. One thing I want to say is Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder, he can speak normally. It doesn't have to be at Martin Luther King's speech every time he talks. Oh, dun, 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 dun. What up, boy? Unc had your back. But what up, boy? Hit the Tyson bell. So we'll talk about that. Like, he ain't like free at last. He's just talking. All right, in the Tyson bell. So I was wondering if he could it's just a thing that Wilder does sometimes. Sometimes he get into his MLK. What else do we have to talk about? Fights coming up. We'll talk about those things. Oh, AJ and Jae Paul. That's next weekend. We'll talk about that. Pacheko is tomorrow. I'll be calling that damn fight. We have a lot to cover. Let me see. Flex on him. Sip. Left hand on you. Left hand on you. Pow, King Kong ain't got Vito. Let me see. He said, happy holidays to the Warroom. Happy holidays, and to the family. I know we outside, but today I'm in the building. That's right. Now let's continue talking about. I love you for that, my brother. Love you, boy. Hold on, brother. Hold on. Let me get to the money on it.
Niggas stick to the stomach. I be getting to the money. Everybody, man. Think I'm getting too much money.
What round y'all got AJ sparking out Paul?
My bookie that I wanna try.
My bookie that I wanna try. I'm gonna try to put 20K down on 2 rounds or less. If it's 3 rounds or less, if I could put 20K on 3 rounds or less. The thing about that fight is the only thing that makes everyone a little jittery about that is if there's a promise for AJ to carry him a few rounds, okay? Or if there is some sort of AJ's just trying to make sure he gets some rounds in. But what I've gotten concluded from AJ is he ain't bull jiving. He doesn't take the disrespect well, right? Francis Ngannou, y'all. So he just went out there and knocked him out. You know, AJ's good for that. And I think afterwards, Jake was going to be surprised. Like, you really came in to whoop my ass. Brother, I'm a YouTube. You know, this could be unhealthy. Seriously. Like, I see this as an unhealthy situation. Hopefully, AJ just go in and knock him out because that's probably the healthiest thing that can happen. All right, but let's get started. Here's the first thing that I want to start with. Here's the first thing I want to start with. Oh man, this is perfect. Hold on. Here's Matt. I have Jake Paul winning. Suckers decision incoming. Jake Paul pound for pound GOAT of the sport. Funny. And it's not even a debate. That's right. Honestly, get out of your heads. Funny. Okay, hit the Tyson bell. There's a group of fans who thinks the Warroom is a fanboy community of Shakur Stevenson. Now, I don't know where that came from. All right. I think because me and Shakur Stevenson had a good grown conversation and didn't hate each other at the end and then became friends at the end, like real recognize real, you're looking familiar, right? And that was enough to make people say, because they like people to hate each other. If people are smiling or being cool with each other, people don't like that. They feel more comfortable if you hate someone else. And because me and Shakur didn't do that, and the way I speak on Shakur, I've spoken on him consistently. I said that he was boring during the Santos fight, but there's a reason for it because he was fighting with one hand. And I said it during the fight, like, oh, okay, that's why the fight looks like this, right? I said before in the conversation, before the conversation with me and Shakur and the Black Two Sugars, I said that his bout with Artem was entertaining to me. All right? Hit Tyson Bell. Everything I've said been the same. I'm worried about his hands. All kinds of shit. Everything's been the same. But people rather you hate. Either way. I start getting comments and communications of me saying, ShowBizz, we all know why you're not saying that Shakur Stevenson is ducking Foster. Let me turn down this heat. I'm gonna let y'all chew on that for a minute. Woo! All right. Coming back. Ducking Foster. Look at this. Ducking Foster is insane work. You had people calling me out, ShowBizz, because I guess Foster called out Shakur. They had a back and forth. I didn't read into it because I didn't give a shit. There's a reason why I didn't give a shit. Foster just stepped a toe out of the ring. What was he going to do, fight tomorrow? He stepped a toe out the ring and called out Shakur. That ain't worth my time, because Shakur at that point ain't even have his press conference yet against Neofimo Lopez. What the hell are we talking about? Ducking what? This lets me know that people prefer to talk shit about boxing than watch a fight. They don't care about fights being made and watching the damn fight. They just want to call you out on fights that they think are not being made. This is a prime example. Shakur and Teoimo Lopez made the improbable happen, fighting at 140 against each other. How many of you guys saw that coming 2 years ago? No one saw that fight coming. I just never thought of that actually happening, and it's happening Madison Square Garden. They don't even have their press conference yet, and you're talking about Foster? ShowBizz, he ducking. Are you shitting me? Can we watch a fight? We just watched Foster put on a sensational performance. That's not good enough? No, because you didn't watch the fight. You didn't care to watch the fight. You just want to talk shit about. That's why I say there's a difference. And we got to convert those people who want to talk shit about boxing into those people who actually watch the damn sport and enjoy watching it. Hit the Tyson bell. All right? But the most important thing just happened today. This is why y'all got to stop just jumping and talking shit. Foster vacated and moved back down to 130. See? See how quick he jumped to? He just moved down to 130, bro. He ain't ducking shit. He moved down to 130. Everybody just want to talk. He vacated 135, moved down 130. So that makes everybody who's saying Shakur is ducking him by fighting Teo at 140. Who's more proven, Foster or Teo? That's not even a conversation. He's ducking Foster by moving up to fight Teo at 140. Then you have my brother who said, he's ducking 130. Guess what? He vacated. He's going back down to 130. That's because people are rushing to nag and not rushing to watch fights. They're rushing to nag on social media. That's all they want to do. I hope that's a lesson learned. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. Now, Teoimo Lopez. I got the receipts for you guys. Teoimo Lopez. He says, technically, Terrence Bud Crawford shouldn't be undisputed because he didn't pay the WBC sanctioning fee. So they stripped him. Meaning, if he didn't pay for it, he doesn't have the right to be titled. It's the sanctioning body. He didn't pay the sanctioning fee, so he doesn't have the permission to be WBC champion. Let's listen to what Teoimo Lopez had to say. Hold on. Here we go. Receipts, motherfucker! Check this out.
Accurate, as long as they paid for the sanctioning bodies. But Crawford left out one, and that was the WBC. So, by default, on paper, he's not undisputed.
Wait, on paper he's not undisputed?
No.
He didn't
He didn't pay for the sanctioning belt. Regardless of whether Mauricio didn't want to or not, he did not pay for the sanctioning belt. So by default, he got stripped, so it became unified. If they could do it with me with my super WBC belt, then why not? And I paid for that sanctioning belt.
So by default, was you undisputed at 35?
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you guys.
Thank you.
There's so much There is so much to speak about. Now listen, let me get started. I have always said that Teofimo Lopez was undisputed, and he paid the sanctioning fee to be the franchise champion, which is winnable, and you know it's winnable because he won it. From Loma, who was upgraded to the franchise champion, meaning super champion. He got it right. There's a super WBA title. You can't be undisputed with the regular WBA title. You can only be undisputed with the super. Devin Haney was given the regular WBC title. Why are y'all switching up now? Why? Because it's not about the message. It's not about the information. It's about who's the information coming from. Because you are a Devin Haney fan or a Tank Davis fan, or you disliked Lomachenko, then you don't give a damn about being consistent. You just don't like the fact that Teofimo Lopez has become undisputed. Hit the Tyson bell. If the same exact thing happened to your favorite fighter, Gervonta Tank Davis, or Devin the American Dream Haney, or Saul Canelo Alvarez, if he were to fight the upgraded champion and get all the titles, and everybody starts saying, let's say people who don't look like you, let's say you're a Canelo Alvarez fan, and then nothing but African-American black fans or the white fan base is saying, well, technically, he's not under, you will be fighting tooth and nail for Canelo. Same thing for Tank. You're a Tank Davis fan, and then that same thing happened, and he beats Loma's ass, and then he gets the upgraded title. Y'all, you same people who are going against Teo will be fighting tooth and nail for Tank, because it's not about the message. It's because it's who the message is coming from. It's who you like. And we got to stop being like that as men with testosterone. It's really getting pathetic. Terrence Bud Crawford is undisputed, right? But technically, he didn't pay the sanction fee. Okay. But I saw him win the fight and get all the titles. Now, after the fact, that didn't happen. Just like the no contest with Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. I live in reality. I know what happened. I can give a damn what y'all say. I know what happened. But here's the thing. I've said this consistently. Being undisputed, being unified, being the champion, and I said this to Ryan Garcia when he was here. I said it's all political. It's political. How you get ranked, who's the champion, who's the mandatory, why they're the mandatory, who gets the next fight, who gets unified. It's all a political thing. How people are positioned and where is a political thing. So here's where I'm at. Technically, no. Okay. Well, here's where I'm at. Benavidez Plant started these big fish. I started these big fights, to be honest. I don't care. But here's the thing. Here's where I'm at. I have to be careful on how I say this, because I don't want you guys to twist my words or get confused. Is Terrence Crawford undisputed? Was Teofimo Lopez undisputed? Who cares? It's the Stone Age. It's the boxing revolution. We're the war room. You know who the man is. Y'all can play the political game if y'all want. And y'all can say, well, I paid this, or I didn't pay this, or at the time it was franchise and wasn't regular, and he's the email, and he's the whatever, and wait, you can take this, and then y'all can meet about it, and y'all can have a meet. Boxing is about who's better. Listen, it's time for the boxing revolution. It's time to start the Stone Age era. Let's get back to the foundation and why we watch the damn sport to begin with. Who is the best? Y'all can say he's undisputed or not. Y'all can argue that or not. He beat the man. That's all I care about. We got to get back to that. Accolades. Who was named? Who gives a shit? You want to know who's on that? Neofimo Lopez. That's right. I ain't mispronounced. Neofimo Lopez. He took the red pill of the Matrix. He's not only Neofimo Lopez because he took the red pill. He's also Neofimo Lopez because he beat the Matrix in Loma. He beat him. He beat the Matrix. So he's Neo. Neofimo Lopez found out, hey, this is all a game. What really matters is me versus you in that ring. And regardless of who is titled what and who says what and what sanctioning body and what governing body and whatever, I whipped your ass. I can go to sleep at night knowing that the world saw that I whooped your ass and I'm the best. Period. We got to get back to that. Let me see. Biz, you're spitting straight facts and you got receipts to prove you said this a while ago. Yep. It's almost crazy that it's going full circle. I know it's crazy. You want to know? Because the truth is like cream. It always rises to the top, bro. Everything can shake and move around and change, but the truth doesn't. It's going to come right back. Eventually, it's going to come right back. When we talk about the War Room and how the War Room has grown and got bigger and bigger, and this is a wave, like a movement, that wasn't by accident. It wasn't even by design. It was because the truth gathered in one community. Hit the Tyson bell. Okay, let's move forward. Let's move forward. Let's talk about this.
City IBA Pro.
I king, I do or die king. I take purple to the head like a Viking. Free drinks to a head like a Siamese. We getting drunk in this motherfucker high key. We about to pop off like when you pop the lock off. Brandon got the cannon that'll knock your block and socks off. Jewels that'll fool you, fools that'll do you. Got two bras in the pool that'll screw you. Who knew that I'll hold the tool that blew through you? The heat is a beast with teeth that'll chew you. I'm not the one you count on with digits on my right arm. Support like the wall that you hook your TV mount on.
That's fight number 50 for you right there.
No, I'ma leave you with 6 of my people, holding something lethal, calling the paralegal. You and I ain't equal, black beers is regal.
I'm excited. Now, listen, we'll talk about that, but I want to talk about this for a quick second. Yes, Crawford is undisputed. I think you missed the point. Who gives a shit? Okay, let me do this. Would a conversation for the Crawford fight for Teo be more realistic if Neo's Shakur? Yeah. I mean, come on. Let's get it popping at that point. Let's do this. Let me ask you guys something. What does undisputed mean? No, not sarcastically. What does it actually mean? Yeah. Hey, look, Tim, I like it too. I like Wilder versus Chisora. I'll tell you why in a minute. But what does undisputed mean? Ring belt. What does it mean? I'm sure this is the War Room. The best. No dispute. Technically, there you go. It means holding each of the 4 belts in this era. That's all it means. It means I'm holding all of the 4 major titles, because don't forget there's others. Commonwealth, NABO. That shit ain't important. We say what's important. Fine. Just the 4. Fine. Is holding those 4 major titles. That's it. It doesn't mean beating the best. It means getting the titles. That means a lot as far as Who becomes champion and why? How did you become unified? How did you get the chance to fight that champion? And are the four champions the four best fighters in the world in that division? Not exactly. Not exactly. What's more important? Holding the four major titles, which now you're convinced that those four titles are the most important ones? Why? Politics. The four most powerful sanctioning bodies. What's more important? Holding those four titles or beating the best fighter? The champion is in you. If you look at who becomes the president of the United States, it's not exactly who's the best one for the job. It's who has the most money, who can make the best arguments, who can come up with the best perceived package. Like, oh, I perceive that you did this, and I perceive who looks a certain way, who comes off as more patriotic based on there's a lot, not who's best for the. So let me ask you guys, what's more important? Holding the four titles, or that's it. Every kid who's a fighter dreams to be the best. And I just want to witness who's the best. Let me see. Crazy that after risking your life in the ring, money could dictate if you champ or not, but it can't. You can be convinced, and the perception is that you're no longer champ, but you're champion. When Muhammad Ali came back after being gone, Frazier had the titles, but everybody said Muhammad Ali's the man. We got to see. That's the Black Two Sugars. It means nothing. It is about the fight and the money. It spells, and it means what it means. There you go. Let me see. Has there ever been a fighter to hold the ring belt without any alphabet titles? Yeah. Tyson Fury, when he came back after 3 years, and Deontay Wilder, AJ were champ. Tyson Fury was the ring. He was the lineal champion. Tyson Fury was the lineal champion because he beat Klitschko. Okay. That's just the first example I could think of. But Del Boy versus Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. Let's listen to what Del Boy had to say.
Face off, that's it. Now we figure out who wants it, Eddie or Frank. Yeah? Yeah. February. George Warren made this fight for December 13th. Yeah. And then Deontay got a phone call from
people
from Big Boss, and he goes he has to pull out. But I think that deal now is dropped, so he's come back home.
So will this happen on a Queensbury card? Frank Warren, obviously you're here with the IBA, they're putting on big shows. Where can that happen?
It will happen, yeah. Whoever wants to put it on, but I believe Frank Warren will put it on.
That was a fight everyone said was too dangerous for you to take about 3 years ago, yeah?
Wait, we'll see. We'll see, but right now, I won that fight.
Official weight for
I'm making it happen.
61.1 kilos.
Right now it's happening.
They're supposed to have fought December 13th. He wants to fight February. He said he's making it happen. He thinks Frank Warren's going to put it on. Let's see what happens. Hold on. Let me see. I don't think we're done with this. Has there ever been somebody said something. Here we go right here. Now the belts don't matter. This is a comment that summarizes the fact that no matter, I've spoke about the history of the alphabet titles. I've spoken about this in great detail, and it bounced off his head like a damn brick wall. He has no idea what's being. He just when you put the LOL at the end, you know that you can't comprehend, so you have to joke it off, right? He has no idea what's being said. No idea. Let me see. So it costs around $1 million to be undisputed every time you fight. Listen, man, you can make a business out of anything, all right? And the business of the sanctioning bodies is, to me, a great business. It's a great business, right? The business is pretty much, and don't forget, it started with Jack Dempsey versus George S. Carpenter, all right? That was the first $1 million fight ever. Jack Dempsey is the first $1 million fighter ever. So when the NBA started it, they had that fight in mind. They knew that was the biggest money-making fight. I'm going to get a percentage of that if you want to be champion and hold the crown. You can make a business out of anything. The NBA never thought there was going to be the NABO, the WBO, the IBF, the WBC, the Commonwealth. They had no idea that it was going to get like that. What happens is when everybody becomes champion, nobody's champion. And I don't think anyone is out of line to question the integrity of any business, right? And those who can meet those questions and criticisms in a way that the consumer can agree with, those who can do that stay in business. The reason why I know this is because every day y'all challenge me. Every day I have to fight and show my value and validity and my integrity every day. If I make any comment that someone disagrees with, all of a sudden I'm paid to say it. Bill Haney came here and said, I just want to make sure you ain't sell out. He knew that would resonate with y'all, because when somebody see that someone is doing well, there's no way his efforts and his integrity and hard work made him do well. Those attributes and those things don't exist. It's only being a plant, right? That's where America has gotten. So every day I got to show that my blood, sweat, and tears did this. And this is my thought. So if y'all can question me every day, it is fair to question the sanctioning body every so damn often. Hit the Tyson bell. So that's all that's happening. Questions. And if the WBC, if the WBO, if the WBA, if they can meet those questions with an argument and receipts or what have you, in a way that we're like, cool, they do well in their business. Let me see. NFL players pay for their Super Bowl rings, though. Do they? Or for their rings? Yeah, but do the team pay for the championship? I know I pay for my class ring, because you don't have to have the ring to be considered champion, right? They pay for the ring, probably. I guess they do, but they don't have. They're not champion. Like, if a running back doesn't pay for the ring, he's no longer part of the championship squad. Like, hey, no, you didn't win the Super Bowl, though. That's a different thing. Lead a horse to water, Biz. Don't repeat yourself. Got you. Okay, everybody, let's check out what Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder had to say.
What happened there?
I mean, this is the fight business. No one is safe. You understand me? Nobody is safe in the fight business, and you just never know who want to pick a bone with you and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I know Derek. I've been knowing Derek for a long time. You know what I mean? And, you know, I know how he is. So I know what's up. You know, so when he came up to me, that's like a challenge. You know how two gorillas is beating their chests at each other, and you got two alpha, you know what I mean, want to go against each other? That's how it is. But it was real. This is no made up shit. This is some real shit. He tried to put his force against me, and I told you, nah, bro. I'm different. Everybody think I'm done or it's over with for me. They don't understand what I had to go through mentally.
I mean, it seemed like it was about to escalate. I mean, was the bronze bomber about to pounce?
I can't say I'm back. I said it's a new me. You understand me? And I gotta set an example for everybody that's in the division. Don't play with me. You understand me? I'm not nothing to be played with. I'm not pushover. I'm not finished. I'm not done. I still have it, like I always have. I mean, my mind is back, and I had to. I wanted to challenge him and let him know. And he tried to push me off. You know what I mean? Seemed like the stage, but I had to grab him. You know what I mean? And show him like, no matter what you do, you're not stronger than me. In no way, form, or fashion. My mindset is stronger than ever. It's back now, for sure. And I'm looking forward to it. I would love to have that fight before the Usyk fight. Why not? Let me get warmed up with Chisora. Ain't they about the same height or something like that? Seem like maybe the same size, look alike. It's a good one. Only thing is not comparison. There's a lot of things that's not comparison, but he got a different stance. You know what I mean? But I would love that fight before.
Definitely, obviously.
Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder, two things. One, he's not talking like free at last. He's not doing that. Okay, he's just holding a conversation. That was good to note. Number two, I have always said this. Warroom, listen to me closely. I have always said this. Deontay Wilder is insane. He's insane. Why not fight Chisora before Usyk? Deontay Wilder would do that shit. He's always been insane. Always. He used to pay for his ops VADA testing for their testing. Remember? He paid their fees so he can whip their ass. The weird thing is he can lose against Del Boy. No kidding. Dude, Chisora, number one, his fights aren't always entertaining, but they're mostly entertaining. Chisora will fight everybody at the same time. No matter what you want to say about Chisora and his losses, most people need to get their ass whipped so we can see him in the ring more. The guy doesn't give a shit. He only cares about throwing his hands, which is making him fearless. Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder, he's also fearless. If Wilder throw the punch down the pipe and he's not swatting the way he used to, if Chisora is rushing him and he can't get his shot off right, if Wilder loses, maybe he's finished. We don't know. Wilder could be finished. Last time I saw Chisora, I was like, I guess he's not finished. Now, if that fight goes past 7, because all Chisora does is look like it's the 30th round every round. You think he's bone tired in the first, in the 11th, he knocks you out. Chisora's weird. Chisora's weird. All right, hold on. Let me see what y'all have to say. I'm very interested in that fight, by the way. Yes, it's fair to question him. Yeah, but before you go into that fight, you are accepting their rules. That's why it was wrong for him to do, but it doesn't mean it wasn't necessary, chick. Was it wrong for the Panthers to walk into the U.S. Capitol with guns on their shoulders? Yep, but people remember that to this day. It was necessary. That's why I call it a boxing revolution. You don't have a boxing revolution by doing all the right thing. We're talking about it right now because he went that direction. Right? My thing is he's paying the penalty. So in order to make a stance, you got to be willing to pay the penalty. My thing is, my stance is what he tried to get done, we're all talking about it. That's it. The conversation is important. That's it. All right, let me see. And the funny thing is the same conversation I've been having for a long time. I agree, but they should still make sure the champ doesn't fight someone ranked 372. 2 or 3 bodies are fine, minus the extra belts. I mean, I don't know quite what that means. So what you're saying is there should be a rule in place where not just integrity based, because the champion was fighting the number 1 contender every time back when I was younger. What you're saying now, they actually do now. What you're saying there. Not every champion fight their mandatory. You don't know what the hell's going on anymore. Rules are being changed. Nothing is strong now. That's why everything has to be flattened and be the stone. I mean, if everything was how it should have been, Canelo would have been fighting Benavidez instead of Crawford, right? Crawford jumped up weight classes and jumped the line beyond everybody at 168 who's been there. Next, he jumped ahead of everybody as a damn welterweight and fought Canelo and became undisputed at 168. You get what I'm saying? So the rules, there's no rules now. So what I'm saying is, you're saying it's kind of like the TKO thing, starting a boxing league where the number 1 guy has to fight the number 2 guy. That's part of the rules. That will only happen with the boxing league. Because as I broke it down before, the number 2 guy ain't the number 2 guy. It's the number 2 guy in the WBA, who's not the number 2 guy in the IBO or the IBF or the WBC or any other acronym you want to come up with. The number 2 guy isn't always the number 2 guy. The number 372 guy isn't always. It all depends on which section of the body your promoter is going for. I remember one on the Joe Rogan podcast said that Wilder lost his fire after taking Iowa House. Yeah, I forget how to say it. Wilder reminds me of Mike Tyson in his last year. Yeah, I think Wilder, they say that he, I remember when Wilder knocked out Robert Helenius, right? So nobody was saying it then. I think Wilder lost something and Tyson Fury lost something after their trilogy. And it's kind of like what I spoke about with kind of being at Chris Eubank. I'm like, yo, there can be some long-lasting effects here. I said that after the 3rd fight. Look at my video. I said, I'm just saying after something like that, I'm not sure if neither one of those guys would be the same. Tyson Fury got dropped by Francis Ngannou after that. They both looked very beatable after their trilogy. They took something from each other. That's what I think. All right. Let me see. The NFL pays for the rings. That's what I thought. And that's why Keyshawn Davis said, why aren't the networks paying for the belts? Up to a certain amount within the budget. Okay. Then the team owner pays for any extra costs. Players pay 0. That's what I thought. Okay. Yes, but the rules are the rules until they are officially changed. I know. I don't understand I understand, chick. I don't understand the chick. You just got to help me understand the point you're making, because we agree he was wrong. He was stripped. They don't want him to be undisputed. He's no longer really undisputed technically. But that's not the point, right? Martin Luther King walks wherever he shouldn't be walking, get hit by a stone rock, and then get dogs sicked on him, and then he's in jail. Yeah, the rules are you go in jail. Sitting in jail, he was making a greater point than sitting in jail and getting penalized. Yes, he got penalized. Right? He's in jail. That's not the point. I think y'all miss what I'm saying. Let me see. Flex on him. Claiming to be the best and having proof are 2 different things regardless of belts. Yeah. Canelo had to prove it against Triple G. Ali versus and for yes. Ben Senior versus Ben Flo. Yes. Why doesn't the Ring magazine start enforcing mandatories? They're not a sanctioned body. Listen, if you start doing that, then I guess this is the conversation. But if you start doing that, I kind of want to get off the conversation, by the way. If you start doing that, then now you're starting your own rules. You're now, how can I say this? You're no different than the rest. You're restarting the problem. Now here. Ring Magazine. Got it. Love you, boy. Wait, let me see. Tim Bradley just released his sparring footage with Bud on his channel. Oh shit. Please don't direct us out of here though. Let's finish this conversation. The Ring Magazine keeps track of the lineal history. That's it. That's why the ring belt is for free. It just represents the lineal history. It's not a sanctioning body. It's the integrity belt. It's the one that says this guy was actually the man beyond the politics, beyond who got paid the most, who got the most power, who got the most prestige. Beyond that, there is thank goodness, there's a record. There's a record of the lineage. That's all the ring is. And we have a belt that is called the ring title that just represents the lineage. And it's free. Okay, let's move on. Thank goodness we got a break. Everybody, we needed this break. We need this break back. Everybody, make sure you hit the like button. or hit the hype button or whatever if you don't want to hit the like. We're going to take a quick break and listen to a woman I call Scarred Bay. Check her out.
My ideal man doesn't play the drums, doesn't stay late at the bar, does what he says and says what he does not get a fancy lawyer that the other person can't afford if things get weird. My name's Gwen. I am divorced. I have 2 kids, and I will not ever regret having those 2 kids, okay? So that's really important for me to tell anyone who's listening. I type 110 words a minute. I actually can type faster, but I keep a little bit for myself. I blew out my knee jazzercising, so I don't want a guy that's too active. My best qualities? I own a timeshare. My favorite way to unwind is with a Virginia Slim and a big scoop of cottage cheese, half a tomato. Why I want to find love is I just think that everybody deserves a second chance. I want to go to the PTA with somebody, not just myself. Oh, there's Gwen. She's divorced. Oh, did he run away with his secretary? I left. A great first date with you would be 2 words. Benny Hanna.
Holy shit. The Ultimate Warrior is out there pissed. I left. Hey, bro. All you're going to do is hear about who she's really in love with. You're going to only hear about the one who she was in love with, who did her shitty. And she may have deserved it. And that's the Black 2 Sugars. You date her, only thing you're going to hear over the sound of her shoulder pads sliding around in her shirt are arguments that she had with her ex. What does she like? She named off everything her ex-husband wasn't. And it's funny because the status of being divorced pissed her off. Back then, it would. Let me see. Yo, what's her name? I might be interested in that. Scarred Bay. Okay, everybody, let's move forward. Don't worry. We got like another 40 minutes. Don't worry. Okay. Here's a receipt. Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson having a back and forth. Check this out.
You had opportunities to be
Why
the
are we
best
talking about anybody else? It's me
You
and
had
you.
the opportunity to be the best at 135.
Okay.
You ain't tend to do that because you got
How?
brothers.
My brothers, hold on, time out. Let's understand what you're saying. Keyshawn had one fight where he got the belt, right? Right?
At 35.
Yes.
Okay.
After that fight, he had.
But you get what I'm saying.
How long
right?
did he have a belt for?
Yeah.
No, you saying that I'm not fighting the best. I will fight anybody. But I'm just
But
saying.
not your brothers.
No, I'm not fighting somebody that I came up with.
And this is
somebody I really been with, like on some real trenches. Me and this person, I'm not. There ain't no money in the world that's gonna make me do that, bro.
All right, so like let's say that was
But
the
I will
case,
fight
right?
you.
Let's say that was the case, and
You the guy.
I ain't gonna see no unifications at 40 if he tries to take mine, cause he buddy with.
Ain't you gonna beat me?
But I'm saying,
Ain't you gonna beat me?
I'm saying it.
That's what we
This
here.
I'm saying.
If you gonna beat me,
no,
what are
I
we
know what
talking
I'm
about?
gonna do. I know what I'm
so
gonna do.
you gonna erase my name?
I know what I'm
from
going to do.
This 140.
Basically, what I'm trying to let you know is that boxing ain't gonna allow it.
But how boxing not gonna allow it?
It won't.
How?
Cause now you facing me.
Oh shit! I'm so scared. Teo, I'm frightened. I'm scared for my life. I'm facing you. Ooh. That shit don't move me, bro. I can't wait to see you. I've been waiting on this. Yo, I don't know how you don't understand. I've been waiting on this moment forever. Like, it's been years and years for this moment right here. You gave me the opportunity. I appreciate you for that. But shit come with it. Facts.
These guys on two totally different ends of the spectrum. And I feel where both of them are coming from. I do. How can I say this? Because I don't want to offend anyone. First of all, Neofimo Lopez primarily throws around the ring titles. He's making a point. He's making a point. Like I said, he's Neofimo. All right. Shakur Stevenson, on the other hand, has a set of rules he abides by. And there are things in his rule book that he values. If there's a trophy, I want it. And I'm loyal. Loyal to my community. I'm loyal to my people. Neofimo is like, there is no loyalty. We're in the hurt business. And honestly, there are no champs. There's me and there's you. Now, the reason why both sides resonate with me is because I've been on both sides. Let me give you a little history lesson about ShowBizz real quick. It's a very short one. There was a time in my life where I wanted the accolades and I wanted to climb the corporate ladder. And if somebody was a project manager, I wanted that job. If I saw somebody standing up there giving a presentation and I'm sitting down, there's no way in 2-3 years I'm still going to be sitting down and watching you. I got to be giving a presentation. If there's a bachelor's degree, I want it. If there's a master's degree above that, I want that. I didn't want anything above me, quote unquote. And I wanted to climb the ladder. And I started doing so. And after some time being the manager, none of it mattered to me anymore, just like that. I ended up doing YouTube. I quit it all to follow my instincts and my God-given ability. And now, up off it, ShowBizz the dope. All right, man. Oh, you guys going to see me on DAZN. And the reason why I love collabing with DAZN is because DAZN doesn't say Chris Mannix does it like this or Todd Grisham does it like that. This is what we expect out of you. They just say action. And I give y'all me. I broke all the rules. Found out there were no rules. I am rewarded as much, if not more, by just flowing like water. So what I'm saying is, I've been on both ends of the spectrum. I get where Shakur is coming from, and I get where Neofimo Lopez is coming from. And the thing is, they're missing each other. Neofimo is looking at Shakur and it's like, Shakur is looking at him like, you're speaking a totally different language, bro. Like, I don't know what the hell you talking about. That's the Black Two Sugar. Let me see. Hey, y'all, I beat him. Oh, shit. Yeah, he did, dog. Yeah, that's all right. He won. He beat me twice. All right? But are you in the playoffs? Hell no. Am I going to beat you out your money? Hell yes. I'm getting the dough. Let me see. Bull Jive, be his voice. Fight everybody. You know, listen, this is my thing. Yo, what's her name? I might be interested in that. Dog, you're funny. This is my thing. Okay, here's my thing about fight everyone. Charles Baker, you're an asshole. Here's my thing. Fight everyone. I hear, is that my brother? I'm sure it's my brother. Yep, 410. Yeah, that's bro. That's bro. Everybody, it's 410, everybody. So we got to respond to it. I understand that. But here's my problem, 410. And I know you're going to immediately agree. I know you are. My thing is, if you don't want to fight, I don't want to see it. Man, I really don't want to fight Keyshawn. Then I don't want to see it, bro. Listen, bro. Yo, I've been like that for a long time. Hey, yo, bro. Hey, we about to go to the club tonight. Yeah? Where we talking about going? I can hear it in your voice. Never mind, bro. Hey, yo, man, you feel like going out? Yeah, let's roll. That's where I'm at. If you don't feel like doing the shit, I don't want you there. I always been like that. Right? Hey, babe, you want to order something? I mean, I get no. Then let's not do that. Whatever you tasting on bar, we definitely going. I'm not doing anything where somebody's kind of like. I mean, I'm not doing none of that shit. Right? I don't even want to watch a fight where they both half-ass hugging and half. I ain't got that kind of time. I got an H2O flow like water and got slept live on MVP. We gonna talk about that. Yeah, never mind. Real quick. Okay. Let me see. Where else? Okay. All right. We gonna do an Ayo comment. Okay, coming from AJ.
Ayo comments. Fix me some of that Dick Gregory.
So Anthony Joshua said it might go 1 round. It might go 2 rounds, but he won't see the final bell. Okay. He is looking like I must break you. AJ, bruh, is all wrong for this shit. This is what I mean. No matter if y'all think it's scripted or think it's real, and I'm talking about AJ fights in general. He hasn't been in a fight yet. This is the first time it's gotten real. I swear to you, he has never been in a fight. Never. He's been in a few boxing contests, and I think they were all real. But the matchup and what they were doing, it's dope. I always thought it was dope for Jake. But what he thought he was doing isn't what he was doing. AJ doesn't care about flatlining you, bro. And here's the thing. AJ, people have always misunderstood AJ. And I've been saying this for just like with Wilder. People, you're a fanboy of Wilder, you're a fanboy of AJ. How can I be a fanboy of both? I'm just saying what they are, their characteristics. Same thing with Teo and Shakur. Just their personalities. Anthony Joshua has always had a ton of integrity. He'll fight you, get slept, get up, try hard. Has his feelings hurt about it, like with Usyk too. Be mad. Say that he punched walls by himself when he's angry. Go out there, try to knock your ass out. Everybody laugh. Ha ha! He got knocked out. So he get laughed at. Then he gets back up, try again, and change his team. Try a different way. Keeps trying. He's different. So you're talking about a guy who is going to fight Jake, and he sees it as disrespect. He sees it as disrespect, bro. Let me see. Jake Paul looked sharp on the bag, though. Look. We'll talk about that. Let me see. Facts. Yeah, flex on him. I'm not dragging you around or persuading you. Yeah, my issue is brothers fight all the time. And it doesn't change the fact that you're brothers afterwards. I rumbled with some homeboys before, and we're still. I have a friend of mine who we're very cool, and all we did was fight. We fought so much that we practiced. We were fighting so much that it became a practice and an analysis afterwards. Grown men. We were in our 30s, our last fight. I have a friend right now. He's in a different state, but after the fight, we were talking like, man, dog, when you caught me here, that was solid. You know? It's like Apollo Creed and Rocky. Bro, I get what you're saying. Listen, Mike Tyson said, if you're my friend, you'll fight me. We both need money. If you're my friend, you'll help me out. You'll fight me. So I get what you're saying, but if you don't have that mentality, can't push it. Let me see. Okay, so where was I? The comment. Okay. Now, check out what I had stuff in the wrong order. Check out what Wilder had to say about this matchup.
You know, for me, in my opinion, I think it's scripted a little bit because, you know, of the weight difference, and, you know, Joshua is a former, you know, champion. And also, you know, he's current, he's active, you know, and this is going to be the first time that we see Paul, you know, fighting an active fighter. You know what I mean? We seen the Mike Tyson, that was all fun, that was cute, you know what I'm saying? It's fun and games and stuff, but now you're dealing with a real professional, you know, and so we'll see how it ends up you know, like I said, I think it's scripted, but, you know, we're going to see. At the end of the day, I just want everybody to have fun. I want them to enjoy themselves because we risk our lives for others' entertainment and just go home safely to be able to have memories and say we did a great job.
Thank you. Let's get a bomb squad to end.
Bomb squad! There's only one reason he thinks it's scripted. Because there ain't no damn way. Ain't no damn way. Remember when Jake was going to fight Rahman and I was like, please no. And then they didn't sanction it, right? Or they said that Rahman missed weight, the weight he should be 2 weeks before the fight. They made sure it didn't. That shit was unsafe. So you see 8, which is far more unsafe than Rahman, right? So you're like, there's no way. Let me see. I need this KO. I'm tired of casual homies arguing with me about boxing because Jake Paul gave them boys voice. Shake my head. LOL. Knock him a new ass AJ. Well, here's my thing. I just don't like that. I don't like that America is so not interested in boxing that Jake Paul is our representation. And I've been saying it for, listen, Jake Paul, I have no problem with him. I'm just saying the American boxing fan, Jake Paul is our representation. That's the biggest boxer in the United States. Let me see. Egg-shaped form. Let me see. Move out the way, switch divisions like Chrome. moved to light heavyweight to not fight Kane in heavyweight. Oh, you talking about that shit? Hit Tyson bit. Okay, I'm truly afraid. I am too. It can be nasty. It can be nasty. Okay, let's check out what Usyk had to say. Check this out. This is hilarious, but he was dead ass. I think it's hilarious because he was dead ass.
You're correct. If Anthony Joshua won, Anthony killed this guy. Listen, a lot of questions, blah blah blah. Only one my answer. Anthony Joshua is Olympic champion. First. Jae Paul, it's sportsman, YouTuber, showman. Rolls Royce, Fiat. Listen, it's true. Yeah, I'm not. Типа я не обзываюсь.
I have nothing better in mind.
Yeah. It's just true. It's business, more money. Only this.
So we need to pray for Jae Paul.
Yes. I will pray Jae Paul because I want fight with Jae Paul in octagon.
Yeah.
You want to know why his statement is so true? Because Usyk knows AJ. That statement would be true still if AJ was taking this like a Great White Hype movie situation. Remember that movie? I think it's called A Great White Hype. With Damon Wayans as the fighter. And he was just not taking it seriously. He was eating and shit, doing the Larry Holmes Cooney thing, right? It would be true even then. But AJ has money to make. He has a career to finish. He has a point to, he's not at the end of his rope. Like, okay, let me do this thing. And I've been in silk pajamas. No, he's been losing. He just got knocked out by Dubois. The last thing he's going to do is get knocked out by Jake Paul. When he's trying to get a fight with Tyson Fury, the last thing he wants to do is even make it look competitive. If he struggles with Jake Paul, no one wants to see him against Tyson Fury. That's a big bag he missed. So what is he doing? He's preparing to fight a great fighter. He has Virgil Hunter in his corner. Not only does he has Hunter in his corner, the guy is literally training. And I know you're looking at him working on his hand-eye coordination right here. But you're also looking at a guy who's slim, who has already made the weight. No trouble making 245. He actually was 243 last time he weighed himself. He's working on his hand-eye coordination, and that's one thing. But if you look at his shirt, it's soaking wet, meaning that's the end of his drill. You didn't even see all the shit that he's been doing. This isn't a guy who's a fighter with a great build and just a great physique and a great athlete. This guy is a two-time heavyweight champion, Olympic gold medalist, who fought Usyk to the distance twice. The second fight closer than the first. People act like the guy put up shit against Usyk. They were working. If y'all think Jake Paul is anywhere close to Usyk's level, you're smoking crack. Crack. He's taking the fight dead ass serious. He took Ngannou dead ass seriously. And if you look at after he, and we can watch that fight, if you look at AJ after he knocked out Francis Ngannou, he walked away pissed. He was walking away pissed. Like, the fact that I had to do this to bro. Bruh. What is Jake Paul doing? How he looking?
You broke your nose? Is this new? I'm seeing your nose. Your nose is that from the same show?
More crooked, brother. I'm not gonna lie. The sparring, the heavyweights, my nose has moved a couple millimeters to this camp. A guy by the name of Frank Sanchez. He definitely cracked it a little bit, so it definitely has a slight little something in there. But yeah, man, it's bad.
Frankie,
wait, hold on. Look at that, dude.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, Frankie.
I'm like Squidward, dog.
Hey, Frankie Sanchez, they talk about him. He's got that. You know, he's which one is he one of these guys?
He's the one right next to me on the left.
Those are gigantic dudes, bro. Once again, Jake Paul does not have to do this. That is the entire angle that I think kind of gets missed.
On Most Valuable Promotions channel, they just released the uncut a week out. So they just released it. In their uncut, Jake Paul is nursing a black eye. That whole episode, he's nursing a black eye. Now he has his nose shifted. This is with headgear and them going at maybe 30%. AJ 6'6" ass on his toes, 243, 42 pounds, is going to be like, bam, 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 bam. Jake Paul going to have to learn to be very slick, very quick. Yes. He's going to have to be nice because AJ is not only going to pressure him behind the jab, he's going to be on his toes. Bam, 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 bam. He has timing, all of that. I don't have to express this to you guys. What I'm saying is how dangerous that is. Understand control, distance. He done fought the best. I don't know, man. Jake might work Usyk, though. AJ said Impressor's trainer is, oh, okay, it's not Hunter. I saw Hunter there. Never, but he was there. I know Hunter been in his camp. Usyk really trying to kill Jake. He want to fight MMA. Well, that makes more sense to me. Right? Except for I saw Smash Machine and Usyk can do a roundhouse kick and shit. I'm like, Usyk, he's practicing something. Usyk has said that he's talking about MMA after boxing. He's doing something. So maybe you're right. I saw him do a roundhouse kick and all. I'm like, hold on. Okay. Let's move forward. We're almost done with the show. Sexy Kendra. I'm saying I saw Smash Machine. The dude is and a fantastic actor. Usyk's fantastic. What's his name? Raider. God, I forgot his name. He's fantastic too. Right, like The Rock did great, but they did so good, it made me think, was it just A24? Because everybody's doing well. I know The Rock's doing, but I don't know, though. I think shit, Usyk was doing fantastic. Everybody put on a acting clinic. Okay. Everybody, remember, if you weren't here, I played someone called Scarred Bay. I found the perfect match for Scarred Bay. All right. Was Smash Machine good? Yeah. I saw it on the plane coming from New York. I knew I was going to watch it too. I said, if they got, because not all the time does United have the TVs on the plane. So when I was going there, it wasn't, but I was pretty sure coming back. I usually get the TVs as I got the TVs on the back. I saw Smash Machine. You know, I was flying out like 11 at night coming back to Chicago. Man, I put that on, right? Had the little snacks that they brought by. I watched that shit, had my head leaned on the window. I had the windows and the two seats next to me were free. It was a very empty plane. I was like, I had, but right when the movie ended, we started to descend. So I put on Jurassic Park just to go into the beautiful. Okay. Biz, you see the Street Fight? Yeah, I saw it. I reposted it on Instagram. Gotta follow me on Instagram. Okay, so I found the perfect match for Scarred Bay. Check him out.
Do I want to be a father? Yes. I think it would be a disservice to this earth if I didn't reproduce. But here's the thing. Can I commit? Can I commit to being a father? No. My name is Damien. I'm originally from Fresno, California, but I currently live here in Marina del Rey. If I had to describe myself, I'd probably say I'm a hopeless romantic. I want to find love, but I'm not going to actively search for it. My favorite way to unwind, a nice little 20 to 45-minute nap, a little reset. I need to recharge. I don't really know how to relax, because once you start relaxing, you get lazy. My biggest fear is silence. If I can't hear something, I have to assume I'm dead. My ideal romantic partner is somebody who's not afraid to put me in my place. I can be a handful. Listen, I know this about myself. I need a sturdy woman who's not afraid to take charge. Really, let me have it.
Two things. One, see, this is the 80s. We didn't know this all the way. We didn't have this figured out all the way. But one, he's on the spectrum. He's autistic. Social skills, just, I have family who's autistic. It's on the spectrum. Two, he's queer. Not gay. He's queer, though. He's queer. Neither one of them is a bad thing. I'm just saying on the spectrum and queer. Now, Ultimate Warrior and Undertaker. Can you imagine what a long drive, a long road trip with those two in the front and you in the back, what that would be? Just hear me out. Just listen. Just hear me out. Just hear me out. Just listen, bro. Just hear me out. Check out the first couple words.
My ideal man doesn't play the drums, doesn't stay late at the bar, does what he says and says what he does not get a fancy lawyer that the other person can't afford if things get weird. My name's Gwen.
Now check this out.
Do I want to be a father? Yes. I think it would be a disservice to this earth if I didn't reproduce. But here's the thing. Can I commit? Can I commit to being a father? No. My name is...
Can you imagine? Can you imagine them two in the front and you're in the back with some chili Fritos and a Mystic, and you just like, bro, that would have to, hey, listen, if there could be a shield, because the spit gonna be flying, the passive aggressiveness in the front would be diabolical. And you just sitting in the back with some flaming hot Cheetos and a snapper, bruh, a kiwi snapper. You sitting back there like, hey, this, you wouldn't trade that moment for the world. And then they're quiet for like hours. They just trying to see who's going to break first. That shit, I wouldn't make it. I would be laughing so much. I'm done. I would definitely flatline. Okay. Say it, don't spray it. Okay. Check out this fight announcement, and I'm gonna give you my take. All right. Yep. February 7th. Yes, sir. What's that? On DAZN, right? DAZN been kicking ass. DAZN was crazy. Nick Ball versus Figueroa. Let me tell you what I know. It's a 100% certainty. Good fight. Let me tell you what's a 100% certainty. Nick the Wrecking Ball will definitely be Nick the Dirt Ball come that fight. He would definitely be Nick the Dirt Ball that fight. Because that fight, they're going to be like this. The entire fight. Nick Ball is only 4'11". Figueroa is 8 feet. But I swear they're going to be just like this all damn fight. There's going to be knees elbows, bites. That is going to be the dirtiest, and I'm here for it. I'm going to watch that fight in tears laughing. Hey. Yes, Wrecking Ball, Brandon about to whoop him. I got my money on Figueroa. I do. But that shit, Nick, he's too small. Nick is too Napoleon to be able to just deal with the onslaught from Figueroa without being a dirtball. He's going to get something. He's going to stomp on his feet. He's going to bite his knees. He's going to do something. That is going to be that ref got to come in with shoulder pads, a helmet, a gum shield, a cup. That damn ref got to have a cup on. That's the Black Two Sugars. Bring some chocolate Tims tied up to the top. Wheat Tims. Get you some wheat Tims tied up to the top for sure. And a cup. That's bare minimum. Nick Brawl. Expect chaos. Hey, so I'm gonna be calling the Pacheko fight tomorrow. Hold on. Why you bull jive? Why you bull jive?
And now he steps up once again, and he's on a roll. As we take a look at the main event stare down, Diego Pacheko.
An 8-inch size advantage for Diego Pacheko coming into this fight. Huge reach advantage as well. If this was a basketball team, it would be the power forward against the point guard out there. But Kevin Saggio is not coming just to survive 12 rounds against Diego Pacheko. He wants to win and put himself into that world title picture.
Kevin Saggio coming in at 26-0 with 23 knockouts. They do have one common opponent, that's Jack Cullen, both stopping Cullen. And Saggio put on a show there. He celebrated by doing some push-ups in Cullen's hometown.
And Kevin Saggio was a...
Hold on, dog. Hold on. Okay, somebody said Tommy Hearns passed. That's not true. I haven't seen it. Where are y'all getting that from? Is that true? Oh, Saggio's coming to fight. Oh, shit. Hell yeah. Not true. I may have to block somebody. Somebody said Tommy Hearns. I got to block him. I know he's not doing well, though. I know he's not doing well. I got to block my man. That had to block him. Okay, I'm not seeing that. Okay. So, not true. Okay. He was missing a few days ago. Yeah, right. They found him, and then he posted a video of him on Instagram. So, okay. So, that threw me all the way off. All right. Like, I So, here we go. Yeah, that wasn't cool. So, Pacheko versus Saggio. That's tomorrow. I'll be calling that fight. I'm so happy I'll be calling that fight. I wanted to call that fight with you guys, but I was going to do something else, but I'm calling that fight. I heard Sky Nicholson is on that card, right? Yeah, that messed me up pretty good. I'm still trying to get over that, but he's alive. That was messed up. Sky Nicholson is on that card. There's a few, like that card is strangely good. Like that card is, it's one of those cards where it's like, oh, I want to see Pacheko on Saggio. Like I want to see that. But then it's like, because those the cards where some viral shit could go down. Yeah, she's fighting. Okay. Yeah, let's I'm gonna be calling the fight. If you guys want to show up tomorrow. It's not one of those fights. Only the Warroom, dead ass Warroom, we're gonna be there watching that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I know it's going to be a good night. Those are our best nights. But when there's 1 million people there, which I appreciate all the views, and I get to the bag, and it also shows that any sponsorship or anybody, want to work with, it makes it easier for my agent too. Like, ShowBizz had 200,000 views. So those big nights are all, yes, those are the successful ones. But the nights that I really appreciate are the ones where it's like Pacheko card or 3 a.m. we're watching the new way, like Ring 5. That Ring 5. Say it again. You get Ring 5. We're going to be sitting here having a ball. All right. So there, I know y'all there. I already. Hey, come on. Pacheco's my guy. I like, but Pacheco's inconsistent. Oh God. If there's any criticism with Pacheko, I don't know which Pacheko going to show up. You can mess around and be like, he didn't need. Oh, let me see. Isn't that Eddie Hoying girlfriend? Oh shit. I'm not getting into that. Okay. Lastly, we're going to end this with a bang. All right. We're going to end this with a bang. Everybody hit the like. We're going to end this with a bang. A few of you guys start y'all Christmas vacation. A few of you guys, I see y'all done head back at work. I think I dropped like 100 people. I think they're like, I got to head back. But we're going to end this with a bang. What did Turki say on the phone? What Turki said on the phone received some criticism at the press conference. Not from the fighters or anybody, but we were in a crowd like, hold on. Did he just say? What he said on the phone was what I heard. So check me on this. And I don't want to spread a rumor, but what I heard him say was, for Shakur Stevenson, after this fight, we have a big fight in May. Then he said, right after that, for whoever wins this fight between Teofimo and Shakur has a big fight in May. The reason why everybody was like, is because you can tell when Turki who he thinks going to win. He did that. He did that with Ryan, right? He just knew Ryan was going to beat Rolly, and I've heard Turki like, yeah. So then Ryan and Devin going to fight. Then all of a sudden Rolly win. He's like, shit. Right? So it seems like he's like, he probably spoke to Shakur. Yeah. So when you win, you know what I'm saying? We got something for you in May. But he ended up being like, well, whoever wins, the fight is hard for me to call at this point. It is. Neofimo can okay. Before I end this with a bang, all right. Yeah, you always got a surprise. Let me do it like this. You got Kerr too. Let me do it like this. Who's on Shakur's resume better than Josh Taylor? You're a damn lie. He says a pedo. You're a damn lie. Okay. Who's on Shakur's resume better than Lomachenko? The Devin Farmer got robbed. You can kiss my ass. That wasn't an old Josh Taylor. No one. Okay. How many people has Shakur Stevenson beat north of 135? Nobody. Okay. So what's going on is we're pretty sure that Shakur Stevenson's abilities and his natural size is just going to translate enough to beat Neofimo. It's how y'all felt about Bud Crawford that I couldn't see. Y'all like, what he did at 147 means he can do that against Canelo at 168. That was too big of a leap for me. Okay? Because he didn't show it against Madrimov. So it was too big of a, but y'all could see it. Shushu was like, you're supposed to have the eye. Okay. My thing is, I've said this. I got T.O. dog. Hey, I said this. All right. This may be the most important part. I probably should have opened with this. People would have stayed around and argued this. But I said this and people didn't mess with it. I've often said that Teoimo is kind of like a Tank. I always say he was kind of like Tank Davis, but bigger. I've often said that, and everybody was like, bullshit. Bullshit? That baby, bullshit? So you bull jive. And I've often saw him. Yep, I've often saw him as a Tank type. Okay? So hear me out. Yes, exactly like Bud and T.O. ain't as good as Nello. Oh, right. A poor man's Tank. That's what I said. A poor man's Tank. So it's a fair comparison. Okay. This is gonna piss everybody. Y'all ready? Hey, my shorts guy, get ready for this because this is gonna people don't listen to my whole show. They're gonna hear the short. They're gonna get pissed, but it works out for the war room. Let me see. Up off net. Shakur is more skilled, but Teo is more battle tested. I'm not sure how much more skilled he is. But with congrats on your continued training and gains, Bizmaster. Biz versus Rafael. Love you, boy. Listen, I do have Shakur more skilled. I think he's the most advanced fighter in the world, next to Crawford. Usyk's right there though. But what I'm saying is, this is gonna piss people off. All right. Tank fans, are you here? Tank fans, are you here? Because people want to label me something. So either I'm a Tank fanboy or a Tank hater. So this is going to go into the Tank hater bucket, and y'all going to say I hate Tank because y'all going to disagree because I hurt your feelings. Who are the two fighters we wanted to see Tank fight the most in his career? Hey, I knew DJ was going to either DJ or 410. We wanted Tank versus Loma bad. And we don't there is one fighter who is seen as his opposite, and that's Shakur. Who's fighting both of them? Who has fought Loma and will be fighting Shakur? Who has fought and beaten Loma and will be fighting Shakur? Neofimo Lopez. And he's 140. If Shakur beats Neofimo, I don't need to see him versus Tank. If he beats Neofimo at 140, I ain't got to see that shit. I ain't got to beg to see that shit. Big facts, I'm saying. Gervonta already said, I ain't going to fight you. So Shakur said, then I ain't going to ask for it no more. He's fighting Neofimo instead at 140. When y'all were saying Gervonta's too little. Y'all said Gervonta's too little. Shakur, he beats Neofimo. Neofimo ain't a big, blocky, slow. He's Gordo. Hit his shoes with his gloves. Bam, bam, boom, whoop, whoop. He's Gordo, bro. Dodging bullets like Neo. Neofimo already beat the Matrix. Shakur beats Neo at 140. I ain't got to see shit. And that's the Black Two Sugars. No bull jive. I apologize. No bull jive. Hey, stop lying on me because I pissed you off. And that's the Black Two Sugars. I'm not a sellout, never sold out. I don't get paid. Y'all need to stop saying that shit because that pisses me off, bro. But dude, because we disagree, don't lie on me, bro. Don't do that shit. Just man up and say we disagree. Don't do that. Don't do that shit. That shit ain't funny. But I'm going to tell you, bro. That's the Black Two Sugars. That comment was dumb, wasn't it, Justin? That's the Black Two Sugars. Okay. Now let's move forward. Let's move forward and let's check out. Let's end with a bang. Here we go.
He said Shakur had to. He said no. This is why clear. He said Shakur had to hype me up to spar him when I was sparring Shakur endless, and Shakur is better than him. So why the fuck would I have to? Shakur would have to hype me up to spar a guy he's better than. I'm sparring Shakur endless for him. That makes sense. So I was scared to spar you. You was like hurting me or something.
I never said you was scared.
But you said Shakur had to hype me up. You said Shakur had to be like, yo, get in the ring with Key.
Bro, I'm gonna say it again.
That's what you said.
I'm saying right now is facts.
But I'm saying facts. Why did Shakur have to?
You gotta go ask Shakur.
But what was he doing to me? That made me so hesitant. What the fuck was I doing?
Damn it, Eddie, come on.
Set this up. We gotta set this up.
You want me to come back?
Yes, we want you to come back. March.
I'm gonna take your belt because you know you're not better than me.
In March. And you can't take a punch. I promise you can't take a punch.
And I know somebody you really scared of.
Who? In March. In March.
Who you scared of?
Who?
It don't matter. Hey, next year, 2026, I'll fuck your boy up.
Africa.
And we fight in Norfolk.
You said March. Africa. March. Can we do it March?
We fight in Norfolk.
Africa. He can't take a punch? I'm gonna smoke him. I'm gonna smoke him. But can we do it in March? Wait. Hold on. Hold on. Can we do it in March? Is it March?
Liver's hurting. Liver's hurting this nigga.
He's hurting us.
That nigga literally did. I got him with the overhead move.
I've
never been down to spar.
He never hurt you? He never hurt you?
No shit.
Hold on.
He touch you with them 8 ounces. I promise you that smile gonna wipe over your face.
Africa, he never hurt you?
Who? Hurt
He never hurt you?
I've never been hurt. I've never been hurt in my life.
You've never been hurt in your life in sparring, ever?
None. I've never been dropped.
Never.
I've never been dropped ever in my life. I've never been dropped.
Facts.
He said the same.
Facts.
Ask Keyshawn.
Keyshawn, have you been dropped? Have you been dropped by him?
Have you been dropped? Yeah, I've been dropped, man. I've been dropped. And I got back up. Now I'm here again.
Okay.
We're gonna fight in Norfolk.
Okay.
Here's what I want to say. First of all, I like how it ended. I like that Keyshawn said, yeah, I've been dropped, man, but it's me and you. And all that shit doesn't matter. I've never been dropped. Then you need to get dropped. So you can know what that feels like. I've never been touched. Then that's bad. That ain't good. The good thing about Jake Paul having a shifted nose and a black eye is that he had a shifted nose and a black eye, bro. So I like the way that ended. What I like from Africa is I ain't never seen a guy want more smoke than that guy, bro. Africa is at every press conference wanting the smoke. He wants the smoke. That fight is close. They know each other too well for it not to be close, bro. See what I'm saying? The thing is, though, I got Keyshawn. Unless he doesn't have Bomac anymore. If he don't have Bomac anymore, I got Africa. If he still has Bomac, I got Keyshawn. What you have to beat Hitchins with, Keyshawn has. IQ, skill set, at great athleticism, but he's violent. You gotta want to hurt him. I like the way Keyshawn is being shaped. I like the fights that he's had. He was about to fight, De Los Santos, but he missed weight. But the way he was moving, the fights he had, he was getting pushed. And I'm talking about he had hardcore fights. I like the way he's been moving. But I'm not sure if he has Bomac. I'm not sure if he still has him. Keyshawn left Bomac. He said something about leaving everybody on his squad but his brothers. Yeah, you kind of late on that. We spoke on that. Let me see. I'll be calling the fight tomorrow. Flex on him. He's Africa Biz. Yes, Lord. A Biz, I want to let you know how proud I am of you. Love you, boy. I've seen you grow as a person and a brand. Thanks, brother. The ones hating on your workouts don't work out. That's true. And if they did, they give 100%. Stop the envy, fellas. Can I get a B-Day shot? It's your birthday. Love you, boy. Happy birthday, brother. What you Sagittarius? You're a good brother. You're a good brother. Happy birthday, brother. Let me see. So your shit was hell. When you were younger, either it was great because you got gifts on your birthday and then Santa came, or they were like, forget that. For your birthday, just ask Santa what you want. Tell Santa what you want for Neofimo era is upon us. Haney next. Well, Neofimo said he wants but Crawford next. I'm going to end by saying this. Someone asked in the war room, and I saw it. Thank goodness I saw it. Someone asked, yeah, everybody love no happy birthday. Someone asked, do I think Shakur Stevenson is getting hyped up because of Crawford? That question that comment was dumb. That means that you just literally came online like a year or so ago. Shakur Stevenson was the Olympic hype. He was a hype since amateurs. Because you know what you saw in Shakur. Everyone knows what they saw in Shakur. Listen, I'm going to say this about Shakur at the end. I've never met a guy like him before. A lot of these fighters are very different from anybody I've ever met, to be honest, because I think if you meet them in person, I think these fighters are different because socially they're awkward, in my opinion. They haven't came up through the political school system, you know what I'm saying? So they weren't forced to sit amongst people for, they've been homeschooled and stuff like that. Then they go to the gym. And then they have the tournaments, so they're friends with whoever they had tournaments with. It's a very busy and just anxiety-riddled thing. Okay, when you're a kid and you're getting pushed and golden gloves and stuff like that, and you're just focused on your diet and on your fighting and on your skill set, and it's a thing. All right, and it's no diss at all. I'm just saying you can tell the difference, right? When they're talking to you, you can just tell, right? But Shakur Stevenson specifically is very different. He is how can I put this? Dang, hold on. Flex on him. Oh my goodness. Sip, 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 sip. Left hand on him. Left hand on him. Left hand on him. Pow, King Kong ain't got on G5. That brother said, Biz, you're a real one. F the haters. Keep them in the rear view. Brother, if you don't hold up for a minute,
acting like I didn't see you laughing at the bar, acting like a nigga wasn't checking from afar, acting like you didn't know this Busy was a star, Denzel, and acting like you ain't appealing when you are. But
that girl, one thing she can do is walk. Love you, boy. Thanks, brother. G5. Well, the thing about the haters thing and the workouts, the funny thing is fighters they love to see people try to do what they do. So the only people that's kind of hating are people who don't do anything. If you work out or you boxing or whatever, you don't really hate. Maybe very seldomly someone hates who's a fighter or something. But for the most part, you appreciate that. Hey, yo, you talk shit about boxing. You talk boxing all the time, and you're trying. Like, okay. You know what I'm saying? I usually get love. I mean, when James Toney, that's all I needed. When James Toney was like, yo, you doing your thing. You don't look bad at all. Keep grinding. Like, you got hard punch. Like, a lot of stuff he was saying, I was like, man, thanks. But anyway. So I don't care what anybody, when lights out Tony, we had a whole conversation for like 15 minutes on my boxing and his boxing. It was amazing. Anyway, Shakur Stevenson, what makes him different? Shakur Stevenson, that dude, I don't know how he feels about anything other than boxing. I've met him on a few occasions, and I know the subject is boxing, but there's a lot about me when I talk to you that has nothing to do with boxing. I'll mess around and talk about what you got on before they say action. I mess around and I'm getting them loose at the same time. I just like seeing them like, what up, bro? Oh, shit, you got the teeth all done and shit. And, usually they laugh or they kind of rock with you. Rolly was all over the place. Like, he was laughing and shit, and he was saying like, yo, whatever. Berlanga, he was cool. Shakur is like, he'll look at you with the side eye, and he's like, yeah. And it's kind of like, and when he looks at you, you don't feel like he's just looking at you. You feel like he's decoding you or something. Like, he's scanning you like, it's like he knows everything that's happening everywhere, and he's looking at your eyes. Do you have eye contact? He's looking at, are you nervous? He looks at, I ended the show that I did with them. I did a show called Run the Tape, right? I messed up the outro, so then I reshot it. When I reshot the outro, he said, yeah, you didn't have the same energy you had the first time. I'm like, damn. I looked at the producer, they were like, you fine. Shakur is like everything. I'm talking to him, and he's like, and he looks at me, and then he just look at my shoulders and look down, it's like, yo, bro, that shit's crazy. Bro, everything people say about Shakur, when Keyshawn said, I love that you love boxing. Like, he dreams boxing. The guy, right? I was showing him a clip of Teo, and he said, like this uppercut right here. And I was like, where? And then the uppercut happened. And I'm like, there's no way. We were looking at a fight with Teo and Barboza. It was a random round, like the 4th round, and we're just looking at the fight together, and he literally said, like this uppercut right here. And I'm like, and then he threw the uppercut. Barboza did, caught him. Boom. I was like, you have this entire fight memorized, bro? He was just like, yeah, I told you, I see everything. Now that's insight that I can give you, because I observe very well. But that was spooky. He literally said, like this uppercut right here. Uppercut, not a knockdown, not a knockout, not a big moment. Uppercut, an uppercut. Yo, I said, man, so you're going to catch him coming in like that? And then he said, I ain't going to say nothing. And I'm like, well, bruh. Dude. So when you have somebody like that, right? When you're just trying to talk to him regular, he's kind of just. But sometimes you can catch him chilling. But for the most part, he comes into the room and it's like camera. The wall is black. It's crazy. It's crazy. But thank you guys for showing up and showing out. Tomorrow, I will be calling a Pacheko fight. Hopefully, you guys show up. ShowBizz adult. I'm out. Oh, my God.